So yeah, welcome to this first webinar, AgMIP webinar. This webinar is focusing on the TOA MD course in particular for new economists, but also for previous economists that want to review the basics of the TOA MD course and the AgMIP regional integrated assessment methods. Let me see how I move this. So the goal of this first webinar, first is we would like to get to know all the new economists in the different AgMIP research teams. Then we would like to describe this course, the structure of this course and the schedule. And we would like to also try to hear from you, especially the new economists, what's your progress with the basic learning module. And then also we hope we can have some time to discuss if there are any issues regarding the installation and running the TOA MD model. So this is what we would like to cover today. First, we would like to have a set of introductions from the TOA MD team. I don't know if there are any PIs on the call. We'd like to hear from them and economists. And then we'll review the course information in terms of the software, the structure of the course, and key dates, a summary of the modules, the exercises, what readings are required to successfully finish the course, and then about the workshop. And then, as I said at the end, we would like to hear from the new economists what is the current progress on the basic learning model. So why don't we start with some introductions. For those who don't know me, I'm Roberto Valdivia at Oregon State University and part of the regional economics team of AgMIP. And I'm usually available anytime to answer the questions regarding the TOA MD. When I turn to John.
Yeah, hi everybody. This is John Antle. Just wanted to also welcome you all and yeah, say we're very excited to be moving ahead to this next phase of the DFID project with the regional teams, and really happy to have some new economists joining the project, and really look forward to working with you and really developing some exciting new research over the next couple of years. And let's see, is Caleb here?
Yep,
yeah, I'm here.
Caleb, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself too?
Hi everybody, I know some of you, but for those who are new, I'm Caleb Dixon. I'm also at Oregon State, and I'm an ARP, so I'll be helping with the East Africa team, but I'll be available to help everybody with the economics portion of this phase. So I look forward to working with you.
Great. Thanks, Caleb. Let's see if we have any PIs. I see Leven Claessens from East Africa. Maybe, Leven, if you can introduce yourself and maybe introduce your team, so we save some time instead of going around everybody.
Yes, hello, can you hear me? I'm trying to unmute myself.
Yes.
Hello, everybody. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Leven Claessens. I'm working for AgriSat. I'm based in Nairobi, but I'm calling you from Wageningen in the Netherlands now. So I'm becoming a bit more involved in the East Africa project from now on. So I will be the PI for the East African teams. And I see that several of our economists are online as well. I see Anthony Oyo, who is in principle a new economist. I see Ibrahim Kadigi is also online. Jackie is online. So that's, I think, the economists we have online. So thank you, everybody, for joining. And yeah, that's my introduction. Thanks.
Thanks, Leven. I see also Dr. Subhash from IGB. Maybe you can introduce yourself and your team.
Hi, this is Ashfaq from Pakistan, Muhammad Ashfaq, Pakistan Economic Team representing. Could you hear me, please?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you, Roberto. I have about the team of young economists with 4 males and 5 females, and we have here the students who are currently enrolled in PhD and MS programs.
That's great.
And they have joined this team, and they are very much enthusiastic regarding the learning of this very interesting and innovative tool, and they will use this tool for their master degrees, and from a couple of them will also join us in our regional team.
That's great. Thank you, Ashfaq. Let's see, Dr. Suvash from IGB. Or her viewer.
Yeah. Hello. Hi, everyone.
Yes.
Can you hear me, Roberto?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, that's great. Hi, everyone. Myself, Harveer Singh from India, and I am lead economist in this IGB team working on this for this AgMIP project. In addition to me, we have Kamrul Hassan from Bangladesh, and Gokul Pudal and Dinesh Thapa from Nepal. And Gokul Pudal is of course with CIMET, and Dinesh Thapa with the NARC, Nepal Agriculture Research Council. And we are looking forward for this second phase. Very forward to that. We are very enthusiastic to work on and to take the work further for a great conclusions. Thank you.
And thank you, Harvey. Let's see. Anybody from South India? Can I see Nedu, maybe?
Hi everyone. Hi Roberto. This is Nedu.
Hi Nedu.
I'm an economist working with IPSAT. I'm part of South India team, AgMIP team. So we will work on one of the South India sites in Andhra Pradesh, India. So I'm looking forward to learn, even though I have some little knowledge on TOA MD, I want to learn and then start using the processes. Thank you.
Great, thank you, Nedu. Let's see, anybody from Shiwara? Can I see Ramilan, maybe?
Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, this is Ahmaduli, and I am a research assistant for ZEPAR, a research assistant in socioeconomics, and I work in the project of Siwara, climate change impacts, and on West African agriculture. And especially I'm a doctoral candidate, which is working on the development fields, especially on impact evaluation on food security and climate change. And I work with the team of Ibrahim Aj in IPAR, Initiative Prospective Agricole et Rural.
Okay.
Thank you, and sorry for my bad English.
Yeah, no, that's great. Thank you very much. Let's see, anybody from CLIP? I see they're logging in. I see Givius logging in. In the meantime, Samip.
This is Wiltrud. I'm here. I see Marcus is also online. And I don't know if some of our new economists are online. I'm not quite sure. But I just decided to come on to also learn and maybe also teach then later.
That's great. Thank you very much. So we are waiting for somebody from GLEEP. I see they're online, but yeah, maybe they don't have audio. All right, well, it seems that we have at least economists from all the teams. Oh, I think we had some guests. I got email from Siveri Traore from ICRISAT saying that some of the economists that participated in a training that ICRISAT organized a couple of weeks ago were also going to join. Anybody that would like to say something about it? Looks like no. Okay, let's move on. So let's talk about the course information. First, how do you obtain the TOA MD? I mean, I think most of you already have downloaded the model, but just in case for those who still don't have the model, you have to go to this website, trados.oregonstate.edu, and if you see the picture, there's the top of the website, of the web page, it says click here to register for the TOMD. You fill out a form, and then we'll send you the trial version of the model that just expires in 60 days. Although for the AgMIP economists, we're making it 120 days. Then the users need to complete the basic learning module exercises and submit that to us. So we'll review that, and then we'll send you the non-trial version of the model and all the remaining learning modules, the advanced learning module. You guys will have the climate change learning module in advance, and then we have another module which is the ecosystem services module. For this course, what we decided to divide this course in two parts. First, the basic learning module that will review the key concepts underlying the TOMD model. And again, most of you already have the model and are working on the basic and the VLM. Oops, we have somebody in mic. Could you please, I have a lot of background noise. Somebody has with the mic. Okay. And then the basic learning module, the VLM, also provides more information about the uses of the TOMD model and the data that it uses. We also have hands-on examples that will teach you how to use the model and how to run the model and how to prepare the data for the model. So that's the part one that we are starting. Well, as I said, several of the economists already started working on that, but officially we're starting today. And we have a set of dates that we'll discuss later. The second part of the course is going to be based on the climate change learning module that will show you how to use the model for climate change and adaptation impact assessment. It follows the AgMIP Regional Integrated Assessment for Climate Change Impact methods that we have developed with AgMIP, and is described in the AgMIP handbook that you can find on the website. Like in the VLM, we also have examples that show you how to conduct this type of analysis, and we use the same data, the same example that we use in the basic learning model. And then I would like to spend a little bit of time talking about the exercises in both of the modules. Each learning module contains a set of exercises, and participants are expected to solve all of the exercises. And there are some that you will need to submit to us for review in the VLM and then the climate change learning module. And we have the dates for that too. There are some readings that are required. There is this paper by John and me, the 2006, Modeling the Supply of Ecosystem Services. It's a paper published in the Australian Journal of Agricultural and Resource Economics. And then there is a paper by John Antle, the Parsimonious Multidimensional Impact Assessment, which is the basis for the TOA MD model. These two papers are distributed with the model, so all of you who have downloaded the model already should have these two papers. There is a new third paper. It's called New Parsimonious Simulation Methods and Tools to Assess Future Food and Environmental Security of Farm Populations. Okay. Well, we were talking about the required readings. I don't know what time it is that disconnected, but basically these are the main readings. The first two are included with the TOA MD model, the basic learning module. And yesterday I sent a link to the economists so they can have access to the third, the Royal Society paper, and the two AgMIP chapters that talk about the regional integrated assessment methods, and then the RAPS chapter. But we also encourage all the economists to read the chapters corresponding to their own teams. Then, as you may know, we are organizing a workshop. I mean, AgMIP is organizing a workshop in Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe, where we will have more opportunity to discuss in more detail the methods for the regional integrated assessment for climate change impacts. The PIs of each team will discuss with them, will coordinate with AgMIP in terms of the availability of funds to see which economists can attend this meeting. So in terms of the schedule for this course, we have the first webinar today, and then by May 15, the economists are expected to submit all the BLM exercises to the TOA team. We have that email, tradehouse.team@oregonstate.edu. So we can review those exercises and give you a feedback and discuss if there are any issues. And then after that, the teams should start working on the climate change model. We are expecting to have a second webinar that is going to be based on the climate change model, and perhaps we will also talk about the AgMIP regional integrated assessment methods. And we're setting the date for June 10. We'll set, like, for this webinar, we'll send all the information ahead of time. And then by June 15, the economists are expected to submit the climate change learning model exercises to the team. Give your feedback, and then we'll discuss what we need to do to get ready for the workshop in Victoria Falls. So at this point, I don't know if there is any question, or John or Caleb, if you want to add something before going into questions. If there are any issues in terms of software installation, running the model. And project mute.
Roberto, this is John. I'll just make a quick comment. So, right, at this point, we hope everybody has got the software installed and they're starting to work through the BLM. And so just want to encourage everybody, as you work through the BLM, take a look at the exercises and keep in mind that the real goal is to get through the BLM and to work through the exercise at the end where you have a data set you can practice with. And so that's really the most important part of this, is to make sure that we want to just be sure before we get to the meeting at the end of June that everybody is familiar with the basic model, and we'll also be doing a hands-on climate change exercise after the BLM, so that when we get to the June meeting, our goal is really to be walking through step by step the actual procedures we use for calculating the statistics we need for the model and running the model both for climate change impact assessment and for adaptation analysis. One of the really big steps forward we're going to do in this next phase is to really focus much more on adaptation analysis. So, okay, Roberto, I just want to make those comments. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you, John. Yeah, so I would like to know if anybody has any question or if you found any issues installing the software or running the model.
Yeah, hi, Roberto.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, I just have the TOA MD 6.0, and you have sent the TOA MD 6.0 for French, but I have installed the TOA MD 5.0 for the basic software. So I want to understand if the two things can go together: the TOA MD base software 5.0 and the French Excel 6.0.
Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, several of the economies that were in phase 1 of AgMIP have a version that is called version 6B, which is a beta version of what we intend to be version 6 of the model. But the learning modules and what we are distributing for this course is the version 5, but you can use any of those. If you already have version 6, I know that we have to work with you so you can have a version that works with the French version of Excel. So you can continue using that, that's fine. There's no difference really. At the end of this course, we actually expect to have the final version 6 of the model that will distribute to all the economies. Good. Any other question? I'm looking at the chat. Hello? I don't know if I got disconnected again. All right. Any other question? One thing that I would like to add is there are some economies that have been working with a basic learning module for a while now, and some of them that have even completed the basic learning module already. However, we would like to go back. We would like you to go back to the very basic learning module that we sent out yesterday, because it includes some of the exercises that are required to do and submit to the TOA economics team. For example, this updated version of the basic learning module includes an exercise that adds livestock to the Malawi system. So we encourage that all of you go again and review that basic learning module that we sent yesterday. Any other question? Just trying to see the chat if anybody has any question there. Yeah, it looks like we don't have any question now. So, and again, the purpose of this webinar was to give you a description of what we want to do in this course and get to know all the new economies. So I'm sure we'll be interacting more by email. And yeah, we have John, Caleb, and myself always willing to answer your questions. So don't hesitate to.
There's a couple questions in chat now.
All right, let me see. Well, all of the teams have to go through the BLM. Well, that's what I was saying. There are some of the new economists that are already working on the basic learning module. What I would like them to do is to review the version that we sent yesterday that includes the exercise that you need to submit. Now, there are some of the economists that have been trained in other TOA MD courses. Like last year, we did a course in Addis. We finished the course in Addis with a workshop, and it was based on the crop livestock systems. So those economists, for example, they already went through this version of the BLM. They can review that if they want to, but then it would be important to continue with the second part of the course. But for the new economists, we encourage them to review this updated version of the basic learning model. What was the other question?
Right, Roberto, maybe I could just add to that. So I think one of the points you were making is that there's an exercise in the BLM now that has an example of a crop livestock system.
Right.
And so for all the economists who have not yet done a case, have not done an analysis that combines crops and livestock, it would be extremely useful for you to work through that exercise. I think that's the point you were trying to make earlier.
Right.
Correct.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Yeah. So right. Even though you're familiar with the BLM, that's fine. That we're not saying that you necessarily have to go through all the details of the BLM again, but the exercise at the end that that has the example, the Malawi exercise with livestock added, would be very helpful to work through to see how we put livestock into that example.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you, John. There's another question by Nedu saying if the TOMD works in Excel 2013 and Windows 8. Yes, I have those two versions, Windows 8 and 2013, and I was just trying that out last week, starting last week. And first I got a couple errors, but then it's working. So if you have any issue, let me know, and please describe what the issue is, when it happens, so I can track it down. But so far it was working fine. Let's see. So it seems like some of the participants that after we had these technical problems, they cannot hear the audio. So all this webinar is being recorded. So I think Shari will make it available later. Let's see, any other questions? It seems like we don't have any more questions. Yeah, I'm sorry for these technical difficulties that we had, and because of that, it seems like some people are putting on logging back or they cannot listen. So, Shari, could you please explain how is this going to be distributed for those who didn't attend the meeting or those who couldn't hear? Okay, Shari's typing on the chat. Well, if there's no more questions, please let us know by email if anything else. And Caleb, John, if you have anything else to add, otherwise we can just finish.
No, I don't think so, Roberto. I think that's great.
Yeah, same here. I guess we'll be in touch with everybody as they submit their exercises and trying to provide feedback. So hopefully we'll be hearing from the new economists in the next few weeks.
Yeah. Since the last couple of days, we've been getting a lot of registrations. So looks like there's interest. That's good. So yeah, thank you everybody, and we'll be in touch. Please send us any questions you have by email.